Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of The Theorist, here with your host, JC Botero67. I'm actually wearing this dress, which I call my Spike dress, or even Faye dress in a sense, too. A mashup of both. I'm referring to characters from the anime Cowboy Bebop, of course. But yeah, this is more like my Spike dress, because it's got like the navy blue, which is kind of the color of his jacket, you know? And then the shirt that he wears on the inside is this kind of shade of yellow. So, yes. Hello to my Spike dress. And my nails are like perfect for Faye, because like the red lipstick and all that. Speaking of Cowboy Bebop, before we jump into this Tower of God review, so this weekend is actually Phoenix Comic-Con. I will be attending. I will be cosplaying. One of my cosplays will actually be Faye Valentine, because one of the guests that's coming to the con is Steve Blum, and I'm so excited about that. And I actually get to meet him, and I actually have this golden ticket from the Bloombox Community Studios. I don't know if you guys are aware of that group, but it's awesome. If you guys want, you can join on Facebook. Anyone's welcome to join. And then once you get approved to be on the page, you get to participate in challenges, voice acting challenges, for anyone interested in voice acting. And it's a lot of fun. It's really a great crowd of people to get to know and work with. But anyway, so golden ticket. Losing my train of thought here. So the golden ticket grants anyone entry into any con, and they can jump the line for autographs / picture op. And yeah, you get to meet Steve Blum, and it's awesome. And the way for you to get that golden ticket is by actually participating in one of the courses that the Bloombox Studios offers. So I know there's like a Q&A with Steve Blum, and then more of like a class thing. I haven't really done the class. I did one of the Q&As, and that's how I got my ticket. So anyway, enough about that. My question to you guys, so the way we're going to make this work, you're going to comment below which one you think I should get autographed. So I have this beautiful Spike artwork right here. I would love to get Steve Blum's autograph on that. I don't know if I want to put it on the front or the back. That can also be left in comments below. Or I also have the Funko Pop of Spike. So I wouldn't mind getting a signature of Steve Blum somewhere on the front here. I think that would be awesome. So yeah, I would really like your guys' input. Go ahead and vote below. And then last thing before we do get started with the review for real, I do have more Funko Pops added back there. So I have Faye, Ed, and Jet. I'm really hoping they'll come up with the Ein one soon, because I love Ein. He's precious, and he deserves his own Funko Pop. But anyway, now to Tower of God. Switching fandoms here. So as you guys know, we left off with that one image of Bomb. And, I mean, that impresses Zahard greatly, and it causes him to grin. So we all know what that means. It's basically saying that he's going to increase his power because he's loving his opponent right now and how strong he is. And so that causes him to pull out what's called Lecalicus. And so here is a bit from Eduan in regards to what Lecalicus is, which is a needle that Zahard received for passing the test of the head pupil in the workshop. It is known as the Needle of War, because Zahard only uses it against people whom he acknowledges as true opponents. It has 3 stages of colors and shapes depending on its strength, but at the moment it's still white. That means that Zahard's data now considers him a serious enemy. It's not unusual for Zahard to suddenly change his attitude, because right now his opponent is displaying dangerously strong power. And so here's like an image of Koon Eduan, and you know, he's shocked to see how much Bomb has powered up right now too. And so back to his thoughts, he says, well, I guess those were all his thoughts. But this thought in specific, I can't talk. This thought in specific, I want to read to you guys. Could that coffee machine have been telling the truth? And so now this leads us into a flashback several centuries earlier on this same hidden stage. So starting with Coffee Addict. Lord Eduan, please listen to me. And so Eduan's like, what's this? You again? Just go. Don't keep following me around just because I saved you. And, you know, Coffee Addict still insists. And he's like, sir. And Koon Eduan replies, I don't have time to speak with a lowly creature like you. Just be grateful that I saved your life once. If the big breeder attacks you again, I won't help you. So it's interesting to see this, not this side, but I guess like this Koon Eduan. From centuries earlier, you know, he seemed to be more cocky. Now I feel like there's more of a friendly relationship between him and Coffee Addict. So it's interesting to see how he was before compared to how he is now. So I don't know. I was just intrigued by that. Anyway, Coffee Addict is like, sir, please, if you just listen to me, I'll give you this grape jelly drink that I got specially from this last stage. So then Koon Eduan's like, do you think I'm an idiot? Which he is, I guess, because he accepted the drink. Okay? Okay, so he's obsessed with grapes, right? I'm like, dude, I need to write like a one-shot or something where he just gets drunk off his ass on wine. Or maybe wine just doesn't have as much of an effect on him. I don't know. I think that'd be intriguing. Or if anyone gets the idea to write that one-shot, please be sure to link it below. Because I'd love to check it out. Alright, anyway. Back with Koon Eduan. So, someday, the son of V is going to come here, defeat Zahard's data, and liberate this hidden floor from them. So you want me to help you? And Coffee Addict replies, yes, that's right. Back to Koon Eduan, he says, sigh. I was wondering what you were going to say, but that's just ridiculous. Don't make up nonsense like that. To which Coffee Addict retorts, I didn't make it up. The Zahard on the outside has turned his back on loyalty and justice, and is ruling the world as the king of the tower. God will send a disciple to punish Zahard for that, and he will cause a stir in this tower. I didn't make this up. It's a fate tied together by Arlen. Fate? So that last fate was questioned by Koon Eduan. And I love his eyes here. They look more purplish. I may have said that before in like a close-up of his face, but I don't know. It just struck me again today, I guess. And then I'm also intrigued by Coffee Addict saying God will send a disciple. So I'm really curious, you know, if this is just kind of like a generic God, or is the God like an important person, an important player in this series? So, I don't know. Now I'm really thinking on that now. Really dwelling on it. Anyway. Okay. So this is Koon Eduan pondering on his actual self. So he says here, being only as data, I can't know everything about Eduan, but he doesn't seem to believe in things like fate. But being data, I decided on a whim to believe what I had heard, and as a result, perhaps I'm facing that fate right before my eyes. So then, Zahard strikes an attack with Lycalicus, and Lycalicus ends up transforming into this purple dragon, which I'm like, dude, holy shit, is this Maleficent? So we leave off with them there for now, and we end up going to the third space with the Scale of the Past. And so Koon is getting in touch with Big Breeder 3, saying, hey, what should we do now? To which Big Breeder 3 says, lure the scale over to you guys, because only that place where you are is connected to the bug room. When it goes in there, I'll open the gate and cause a bug. Which, I mean, it's the same generic thing that he had said last time. And so Koon, you know, turns over to Icarus, and he's like, hey, so what should we do? Do you have any bright ideas about how to lure it? And she's like, well, and then she's pondering about it because she doesn't want to go back to being her ordinary self. And so she's brainstorming too long. So then Koon Eduan, or not Koon Eduan, wow. I'm stuck on Koon Eduan apparently. So then Koon Aguro is like, no ideas, huh? Then I'll do it. Hey, you goddamn scale. Hey, you ugly scale. Look over here. And then Icarus is like totally shocked by this. She's like, what? What are you doing? How can you just call it all of a sudden like that? We need a plan. And then Koon's like, I'm over here, you stupid scale. Hey. That's probably Rachel, I guess, protesting. And Koon's like, sorry, but we're not in a position to be picky right now. If we don't get that mirror out of here soon, Bomb might get killed by Zahard's data. To which Rachel retorts, so you plan on getting us killed too? And then Koon, of course, is like, I wouldn't exactly mind if you died. And then Icarus is offended. She's like, you're such a jerk. And to stop their quarreling, the frickin' Scale of the Past throws this powerful attack at them, which luckily Koon had put up a shield and, you know, that spared them. Or I don't know if he put it up in the nick of time. But anyway, you see here that there's rings surrounding the scale of the past, and it turns out that the scale of the past is in what is called combat mode. And the scale is even talking to them, saying, how did you get in here, heroes? You're not supposed to come in here again. And so then we quickly transfer over to where Candy, Sleepyhead, and Andrasi are. And so they can hear part of the conversation, I guess, between Koon and Rachel. Because Rachel's like, damn it, because of you, we don't even have a plan. And Koon's like, stop complaining and attack. And anyway, not Koon, can't even talk. Candy and Sleepyhead start to talk to each other, and they're like, oh, I wonder why Andrasi hasn't gone along with them. I mean, typically, Andrasi's all for, you know, joining the group, or like a smaller group at least, to go do something. But she chose to stay. And so, I mean, I even pointed that out last chapter, where it's like, oh, I'm saddened and surprised that she's not part of the core 4 going to get this scale. But here is Andrasi's reasoning as to why she's not doing it. My body won't move, as if there's a snake wrapping itself around my whole body. It's like, even though he's only data, I can't do anything that would harm my father. So, I mean, there's something underlying with that, and I really wish that we would get more of depth with that. So, hopefully next chapter we get more of like a flashback from her or something. I also meant to point this out last chapter too, because I know Traveler stayed behind. And so I don't know why I kind of pictured, or I guess I want there to be some kind of interaction between Traveler and Andrasi. You know, maybe they just kind of bond together. I don't know. And then that's where we could find out more about Traveler, about why he insists on finding Emily and why he thinks she's real. Like, maybe she's like a childhood friend of his. I don't know. I mean, I really want to know more about that. And then, of course, like I said, I really want to know about Andrasi, like why she's choosing not to attack Zahard, even though it is the young data of Zahard. You know, Moschini had no problem doing that, attacking him, I mean, or facing him off. But Andrasi's choosing otherwise. But then again, I mean, Snake Charmer's involved somehow, probably keeping her out of danger. But I mean, with the Snake Charmer on her side, I think it would be beneficial for her to... I mean, it's hard for her to face off against Zahard now because he's in a battle with Bomb. But if there was any way for her to, you know, suddenly get there and, like, you know, kind of butt into this battle, I think that would be awesome. And then we would see the Snake Charmer facing off with Zahard. But that's not how it's going to go down. Or at least I don't think so, but with, not Zahard. Zahard isn't a troll. SIU. With SIU being a troll, who knows what could happen. So, anyway, back to this. So, they're throwing attacks at this, the rings, at least, of the Scale of the Past. They don't want to wreck the Scale of the Past. So, they're trying to attack these rings. You know, White threw an attack here. And he notices that the rings are regenerating, so that doesn't benefit them in any way. And so then Rock is like, you'll never make it come to you like that, step aside. He kind of steps on White, it looks like, and he tries throwing an attack of his own. And so then there's a quarrel happening now between White and Rock. And so that's pretty much where we leave off with them. And so I had this thought that maybe in the next chapter, instead of Rock and White working together to get this scale to where they need to get it to, they're going to end up fighting amongst themselves, I think. It adds conflict, it will make it more interesting, so that's good. Whereas I feel that Rachel and Koon will try and devise a plan together. I don't think they would face off against each other. They're both smart enough to not do something stupid like that. But, you know, we'll see what happens. But I feel like they have their heads more set straight. They're more put together. And so I feel like they will work together. Let the other dudes handle their own stupid little quarrel while Koon and Rachel pretty much save the day. That's how I envision it happening. So, again, SIU's a troll. We don't know what he has planned, but that's my guess. So, and then if you guys agree, you know, let me know below in the comments, or comment what you think will happen as well. Because, you know, I love to hear different viewpoints. So, yes. All right. Back to Zahard and Bomb and Maleficent Dragon Lecalicus over here. So it's interesting because Bomb powers up even hella more. He does something with his orb. There's not a specific name for this attack, but it ends up swallowing this dragon whole, which shocks both Zahard and Koon Eduan. More so Koon Eduan, because even at one point before Bomb's orb absorbed, I can't even talk, before Bomb's orb absorbed the dragon, not Koon Eduan, damn it, Zahard was saying, I knew it. So he kind of had an idea of what Bomb was going to do. So he's not as shocked. But anyway, he and Koon Eduan both share the same thought. Lecalicus is gone? Did he devour it? And then delving more into just Zahard's thoughts. At first, he just looked like a little monster, but now he looks completely different. Only he himself is left, as if he devoured everything. That boy, he has such an honest gaze. And then over to Bomb's thoughts now. I can sense everything around me. Koon and his group have disappeared somewhere. Something happened. I have to hurry up and finish this battle somehow. The core doesn't seem to be far away. And then in this image, you see only 2 cores left. So I guess I was right about Bomb destroying the core last time. So like I said, they're tied 1-1 right now. And there's 2 left, of course, to deal with. And so back with Bomb here. I'm going to get it out as quickly as possible. Get what out? Okay. Don't man me, I'm a dork. All right, and so this attack that Bomb is doing is called 25th Night Style Special Skill. Oh, on top of that title, it is Ultimate Blue Shield, which obviously is blue in color. It's gigantic, pretty much covers the whole damn stadium. So he's wrecking it apart just to make the cores visible. At least that is my guess. And Koon Eduan here is like, he sure made it big. And Zahard is like, but it looks like he can't control that overflowing power. What a ridiculous little kid we have here in the tower. And then this is the final image of the chapter. Now I'll have to really get serious. So I'm wondering what kind of stunt he's gonna pull next. If there's any way for him to, like, get Lecalicus back or something. And then I did want to point out one last thing here in regards to Lecalicus. It was the fact that Koon Eduan was saying that there's, like, different shapes and colors for Lecalicus. So I'm guessing we've only seen 2 because it was, like, just, like, the white needle sword thing and then the dragon form. But I'm really curious what the 3rd form is and if that would be any bigger than the previous 2. That would be my guess. So maybe there's a way for Lecalicus to kind of make its way back to Zahard by, you know, kind of unleashing itself from the absorbing that the orb did of it. So there's that. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, I already expressed what I think will happen with Koon and Co. And then, you know, I mean, I really liked Phenom Uprising left a comment on one of my videos, and he had said, you know, there's some kind of catch because he thinks that Zahard has set up this battle challenge thing in a way to where they'll both tie. So, I mean, Zahard already took out the 1st core, Bomb the 2nd. The 3rd, I mean, either one could take it. And then obviously the last one, the person who still needs to get their 2nd one would get it, and there would be a tie. And so obviously there's got to be some kind of rule set up. I mean, Zahard has had to have thought this through. He can't just be like, oh, well, I thought I was going to win, so I don't know what to do to tie break here. So I think he has a plan, and I agree with Phenom Uprising on that. So that's also something that we'll get to see. Perhaps not next chapter, I doubt it. But definitely down the road, you know, we'll see if there's some kind of tie-breaking thing that they have to do. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me. So as always, feel free to leave your comments below, your thoughts, your theories. And thank you guys for tuning in as usual. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.